Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome to our next flight in the Boeing 787. Today we're taking her on VATSIM from Toronto over to Frankfurt in the beautiful Lufthansa 100-year livery. Now, I really can't emphasize how much I do start to like that livery. At first I was a little bit skeptical when I saw it, but now seeing it on the 787 here and seeing the beautiful transition from the head of the crane into the wing of the 78, I gotta say that looks quite impressive. Now, I'd say since we have about 25 minutes to our scheduled off-block time, we're just going to get right into this and take a seat on the captain's seat of our 787 while the catering vehicles are arriving over here, and as soon as catering is done, I hope to be ready for boarding. So, follow me into the cockpit down here, and then we are going to start with a couple of basics. Number one, the IRS is coming on. Number two, we check for the oil quantity to be sufficient, we check for the hydraulic quantity to be sufficient, then we can recall any warnings that we may have had over here just to verify that everything that's shown is also expected, and this is actually looking quite good. Okay, and then we can go ahead and start setting up our airplane. So they're hard at work down there, then let's get hard at work over here as well. And we are going to start, as always, with a look into the flight plan today. So here it is. We are departing Toronto and then we are heading across the Atlantic with a couple ETOPS airports here, coming from St. John's and then going over to Shannon. But weather in Newfoundland isn't all that good, that's why they are using the outsource down here today as our ETOPS alternate. Now, looking into the significant weather chart, we are leaving Toronto and the weather is pretty much completely clear until about 35 west, where we are running into that area, which is this area number 2 down there. And that indicates moderate turbulence up to flight level 400. And the other side of the pond, we are leaving the turbulent area at around 20 west or 15 west-ish for a smooth flight over to Frankfurt. Airport weather on the other hand side is a bit of a thing. So Toronto is completely fine, temperature -1, but easy going. Frankfurt though, being in Germany, becoming light snow, and that snow is going to fall until around midnight UTC. In other words, when we arrive tomorrow morning, we are going to have a lovely bit of snow down there at the airport, and we know which type of chaos that may come with. Our alternate in Stuttgart is looking no better. We got snow until 1 o'clock UTC. We're arriving at around 6 to 7 o'clock. And well, Stuttgart from 5 o'clock is getting showers of rain, so things may be looking fancy down there. Düsseldorf, also snow until midnight, thereafter rain and snow until 2 UTC, thereafter getting better and developing temporary rain in the morning, and then from 800 onwards that shall not be too interesting to us. So that's the overall weather condition that we're facing in Germany for our time of arrival. Now, with that in mind, moving up on our flight plan, we are departing Toronto at 23:15, arriving at 06:21, and we're in 787-9 with a Trent 1000 engine. Now, we're not critical with any of our weights, starting in flight level 370, heading up to level 390, and later on to flight level 410. With all of that in mind, let's have a look into the fuel section. Overall, we have a minimum of 40 tons, that's the planned takeoff plus the taxi fuel. Now, since the weather is, well, probably not going to be all that good, I am expecting that they might still be doing some runway clearing and stuff. I mean, it's Germany, it's not like it's efficient and stuff like that. You guys saw how long we took to build an airport. So I would say we take at least half an hour extra, which is roughly 2.5 tons, plus the fuel it takes to carry that, so 3 tons on top, bringing us to 43 tons of fuel, and then we should be good to go for today's flight. So with that in mind, let's head right down into the weight and balance menu down here in the FMS. We have already loaded the plane according to the SimBrief standard, but let's go ahead and increase that fuel to 43 tons, like this, and now we should be good to go. Alright, so I would say catering is probably completed by now, so let's go ahead and request boarding. And while that is in progress, we can now start setting our plane up for the flight. So, let's get going down here in the FMS. So we start with the 787-9 Trent 1000 engine. The nav database is up to date this evening. So heading on, GPS position, copy and paste, and then we are going to request our route down here. And while that is in progress, let's also go ahead and request our departure ATIS. Charlie, Yankee, Yankee, Zulu, enter, en route ATIS, and send that one. Now, let's see, flight plan is ready to load, then let's go ahead and load that thing. Alright, ding dong, here's our ATIS. Let's have a very quick look at that. Toronto ATIS Charlie, and that's 08089, runways in use 6 right and 05. Departing runways 05. Okay, so we will probably be departing runway 05. Aircraft requesting engine or icing. Ice clearing procedure prior to departure must inform ATC on contact. Aircraft must notify ATC of any changes to these requirements. Goose and small birds active in the Toronto area. Alright, that's all copied. Thank you very much. Then we can clear this, and then let's go ahead and check our flight plan. So we're leaving Toronto, going to Frankfurt. Lufthansa 471 is our call sign. For our departure, we are looking at runway 5, and we got the Verdo 7 departure. Here we go, Verdo 7 towards Lorca. That is looking good. And then let's have a look at our arrival, going into Frankfurt, probably runway 07 right, at least I'm kind of hoping for that. So ILS 07 right, and we arrive via the Dixat 1 Delta arrival, Delta Fox 654 transition, execute. Alright, so far so good. Now let's go over that routing, Verdo 7 towards Lorca, Quebec 907 miles, November 369 Bravo towards Jopi. And then we got the net track Tango. Let's have a look at that one real quick. So track Tango is 4950, checked. Then 5140 is checked, 5330 is checked, 5420 is checked, Dogal and backset, and we got all of those. Lovely. So let's return to our route. After backset, we continue direct Olapo, direct Liffey, Apolima 975 Wallasey, Mike $16, direct NAVP, direct Norlu, direct Dixat. That's all looking fantastic. Alright, so reserve fuel. We have 2.5 plus 2, that's easy, 4.5 tons. Then our zero fuel weight is 163.1. Starting in flight level 370, cost index today 30. Then minimum fuel temperature is not a thing here. Cruise CG 30, step size 2000, and looking at the takeoff page number 2, noise abatement procedure number 1, so acceleration in 1000 feet. Reference temperature is -1, and well, we are gonna call that wind calm. Just to be conservative down here. Invalid, okay. Yeah, then I don't care, then we just don't enter anything. Transition altitude 18,000 is correct, and now we gotta find our departure charts. So let's go onto the flight planner, Charlie, Yankee, Yankee, Zulu, Toronto, charts, airport, then we can pin the airport chart and the parking chart, and then we're looking for the departures, which today is the Verdo 7 departure. So let's already bring back that nav display like that. Alright, so runway 5, straight out to 1000, and then it's going to be a left-hand turn heading 047, which we got down here as well. And thereafter, eventually, we got, let's see, Verdo 7, starting at Vivat, Duvac, no, that's not what we got down here. Why does that thing start somewhere completely different? Okay, down here, Alcott. I guess we gotta have a look into the SID PT in order to be able to figure that out. That's why the procedural description is sometimes so important. So runway 5, Verdo 7. Transition. We got Expect radar vectors to Alcott, Puton, Verdo. Initial climb altitude 5000. So let's go ahead and set that already. Here we go, 5000. Okay, and then from Verdo via Agnop to Lorca, that looks correct. Alright, beautiful. See, that's how the SID PT can often be a lot more useful than the actual optical chart. Just to give you that bit of an idea there. Alright, so back to systems over there while everything is still ongoing. By the way, why is the one right entry often? Initialize doors one right. Yeah, you're supposed to be closed, my friend. Can't even control that. Interesting. And it isn't open at all. Okay. I hope GSX doesn't fuck anything up here. I really hope they didn't. Alright, anyway, let's continue for the time being. So, we do need our normal map so that we can uplink the wind data. Then we can go back to systems up here. Okay, wind data load. Thank you very much. Here we go, it's there. Good. Alright, and the same goes for the uplink, which we can load as well, and the climb forecast, which we can load as well. Alright, and that's it for our FMS setup for the time being. Then let's go over the rest of our flight deck, and the first thing I want here is actually some light. Alright, that is looking better, isn't it? I mean, probably want to get rid of this and get this up. Okay. This is looking perfect now. Alright, so starting up here, everything is set on the side. Flight deck door power on, emergency exit lights on, window heat on, hydraulic stays off, seatbelts come on. Up here everything is set, anti-ice can be automatic, and the right hand side is set as well. Then we're going down to the MCP, where we can put that auto thrust switch on. We're in inches, that is correct, and then nav display. So traffic, terrain, and I also want airports up there. And now going over to the other side, we are basically gonna do the same thing up there, like this. Okay, lovely. So, moving further down, auto brake into RTO, then let's have a very quick look into the departure ATIS, which is information Charlie, and the QNH on this is 29908. So I would absolutely love to be able to change this, but unfortunately we can't, so 299, come on, 8 equals 1015. Like that. Alright, easy going. Well then, down here there isn't all that much to set up, so we will kind of disregard this. Transponder should be on standby. And of course we should have the floodlights up down there as well. Perfect, and with that we have basically done everything, so let's go right for the next step and see what GSX is up to over here. Interesting. Boarding seems to be completed already. Then the only question is, why are there some doors that are still open? So, let's go ahead and reset all that, see if they can actually close all those doors, or if the one right... Ah, perfect, it's closing. Alright, lovely. Then that stuff is done, so let's go ahead and say good evening to our passengers. Liebe Fluggäste, einen schönen guten Abend aus dem Cockpit, hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel, im Namen der deutschen Lufthansa darf ich Sie ganz herzlich an Bord unserer Boeing 787 auf unserem gemeinsamen Flug nach Frankfurt willkommen heißen. Wir warten heute eine relativ kurze Flugzeit von circa 6 Stunden und 50 Minuten und werden dann überpünktlich in Frankfurt ankommen. In Frankfurt soll es über Nacht ein wenig schneien, wir hoffen jedoch, dass dies bis zum Morgen bereits nachgelassen hat. Vielen Dank, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste sind. Lehnen Sie sich zurück und genießen Sie den Flug mit uns. Wir melden uns dann im Anflug mit den neuesten Wetterinformationen bei Ihnen. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and in the name of Lufthansa, welcome aboard our Boeing 787 on our flight to Frankfurt. Today's flight time is going to be approximately 6 hours and 50 minutes, expecting a mostly smooth flight. For the time being, sit back, relax, and get yourself comfortable, and if there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew member. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome on board. Okay, that much about the cabin. Then before we do the briefing and then rebriefing, etc., let's just go ahead and get our IFR clearance. So 1 to 1.5 over there, and then we can have a look at the PDC that they have just sent us on VATSIM anyway. So here it is. Then let's go ahead and have a look at this. Can get rid of that. Okay, so pre-departure clearance, Lufthansa 471 from Toronto on a 789, flight level 360, transponder 1452. So, transponder 1452. Okay, use Verdo 7 lockout transition, departure runway 5. And we got runway 5, Verdo 7 lockout transition. Contact clearance with identifier 371 Victor. And the routing is unchanged, otherwise they would tell us that it is changed, and that's it. Okay, lovely. So that's our clearance on board. So let's go ahead and call ground 121.65. Toronto ground, Lufthansa 471 Heavy with PDC 371 Victor.
Lufthansa 471, readback is correct, call ready for push.
Wilco, Lufthansa 471. Okay, beautiful. So the clearance is confirmed. That's how you do this in Canada in the real world as well, by the way. I do really like that system. Okay, so let's get started with our departure briefing. So we are going to leave Toronto runway 05, and the initial climb is an altitude of 5,000, which is confirmed now, so we can set that directly. MSA on this departure is like 3,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken. Let's quickly verify. 3,100 plus cold temperature correction, so we're looking at 3,500 to be safe over here. Extra fuel and time, 3,000 kilos, giving us approximately half an hour extra. Now we are going to taxi out runway 05. Hotspots is the crossing of the parallel runway. Let's just show that. So runway 05 is right down here. We got to cross that runway 15 left and runway 15 right. So it's a rather long taxi. Stop margin for the rejected takeoff is plenty, and in case of engine out, straight at 25 miles to pick up the holding over there. Nothing special, nothing non-standard. Contact departure when advised by the tower, and I got no threats. Do you? No? Lovely, so that's our briefing completed. Now let's go ahead and turn that overhead lighting off, please. Thank you. That's better, isn't it? Okay, so by now the load sheet should have arrived. Let's go ahead and have a look.
111 is ready to taxi runway 05.
So we got a zero fuel weight of 163.1, which is checked. 43 tons is correct, and that gives us 206.1. Now, performance. Toronto, runway 5, dry. Let's just use wind 0 and altimeter 1015. The rest is looking good. Thrust rating optimum, flaps. Hopefully 5, air condition, engine anti-ice is not required, improved climb no, calculate. That gives us takeoff 2, 47 degrees. So takeoff 2, and that's at 47 degrees. TPR 72.9, and then we got a flaps 5 takeoff. We'll take the CG automatic on 25, and the speeds 54, 57, 64. 54, 57, 64. Alright, beautiful. So that's everything completed.
34, runway 05, altimeter 2997. taxi by Romeo Echo.
So, pre-flight checklist,
Correct.
and pre-flight checklist
Echo
complete.
Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 left and 15 right.
So, ground flight deck, please confirm that all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed. Roger, are we clear to pressurize the hydraulics? Yes, Captain, you are clear to pressurize.
Toronto ground, hello,
All
Qatari
right.
553, can you just send us our PDC please? We haven't received it by the client.
So, 160...
Sorry, 553, expect PDC.
4, runway heading 057. LNAV and VNAV. Okay. So, trim 5.75. Like that, and transponder on. Okay, before start checklist. Down to beacon.
Hello ground, United User
Passenger
7, we
signs.
received our
On,
PDC but we didn't get our squawk
V2 164
code.
heading 057, altitude 5000. Takeoff speeds V1 154,
United
VR 157, V2 164.
7.
CDU pre-flight completed. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Holding at beacon.
Okay, United 07, you did receive your squawk, but in the PDC is showing XPDR. Correction, XPRD.
Toronto ground, Lufthansa 471, request pushback and startup.
Lufthansa 471, push and start approved, tail north.
Push and start approved, tail north, Lufthansa 471. Okay, before start checklist complete. So, ground flight deck, pushback and startup approved, tail north. So that's gonna be, let's see, facing something down there with the west.
Air Canada 111, I see squawking
facing
now, runway
southwest.
05, altimeter
Okay.
290907.
So please release park and brake.
Tango, Echo,
And
Golf
park and brake
Hotel.
released.
Heading 331.
So all the doors are on, and here we go. Off block at
broke a little
11,
bit there,
schedule
but,
is 15.
so we're
That
going to
is
be
perfect.
taxi 05 Tango Echo Golf Hotel crossing the 15 left and right, and hold short runway 5.
That's correct.
Looking quite beautiful, isn't it?
JetBlue 223, we arrived taxi.
JetBlue 223, runway 05, altimeter 290907. Taxi by Romeo Echo Golf Hotel. No,
So,
actually,
since we can't start both engines at the same time, we can wait until they're turning us onto the taxiway, and only then we are going to commence engine start here.
Confirm squawking.
That's one of the beauties of flying the Boeing
Charlie
787.
and taxi to holding point 05 for Romeo Echo Golf and Hotel and QNH 2997 at 223.
JetBlue 223. I'm looking on the.
That JetBlue sounded
Either
pretty
your
German, didn't
transponder
he?
is not on or you're not squawking mode, Charlie.
Squawk mode Charlie should be on now. Check it again, but
Yep, I see it now.
Okay,
Great.
so ground flight deck, we're ready for engine start, and we'll start both engines at the same time.
press now for clearance to Chicago.
Again.
The A320 and Charlotte to Pearl.
I hate this. Why is it that in this airplane I always forget that APU? Why is that?
7
It happens in no other airplane to me, but in this one.
Charlie 35, requesting push and start with information Delta.
United
Okay.
007, CPDC identifier.
I guess it's because the external power connects automatically when we're on a stand.
We're clear on Foxtrot off runway 05.
So we don't actually have to control the external power manually, we cannot remove it. See, it's now, even now, it's showing on.
Foxtrot Kilo, thanks for
United 007, confirmed.
Alright, here we go.
CPDC identifier.
Alright then, engine start.
we received our PDC with our squawk code already, so we're ready for pushback, if that's okay. United 07.
Negative United 007, I need you to read back your PDC identifier. It's 4-digit alphanumeric code at the end of your PDC.
United 07 is cleared for the KISS 4 departure using runway 05. Squawk code is 5411.
But United doesn't know how to read back Canadian PDCs. It's a little bit annoying indeed, but there is always a sequence in that PDC which is a PDC identifier. 3 numbers and 1 letter. You just call delivery like I did, like for example Lufthansa 471 with PDC 371 Victor. And then he just has readback correct and that's it. Alright, pushback completed, set park and brake.
North.
Park and brake set, you clear to lower us down, remove all equipment and advise when clear please.
Tail north, Qatari 553.
So, anti-ice can remain on auto today.
Ground, hello, Air
And
Canada
flaps
1352 is clear 06 left, request taxi like 8.
Okay.
Air Canada 13.
Cabin temperature. Where is that from?
Charlie Alpha, hold for Alpha Lima.
Well, yeah, it's
Charlie
going to
Alpha,
heat up
hold
now.
short Alpha Lima, Air Canada 1352.
Okay, flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder.
On the
Full left.
3 Yankee departure,
Full right.
full hockey.
And neutral.
Delta Charlie Tango, Foxtrot November Tango.
Okay.
1 to departure.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall. Checked.
American
Flight controls.
Papa,
Checked.
can you
Ground
read back
equipment.
your
Clear.
PDC
APU. Off. Before taxi checklist complete.
Yeah, I've just done that.
Negative, not your entire PC, just the identifier at the very end.
Yeah, that's what I just done.
Lufthansa 471 heavy request taxi.
Lufthansa 471, heavy runway 05, altimeter 29906. Taxi via Delta Papa, Delta, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 15 left and 15 right.
Lufthansa 471 heavy, taxi runway 5 via Delta Papa, Delta Echo, Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 left and right.
Ground Air Canada 771, request go over.
Okay, so
Yep, Air Canada 770.
Delta Papa, Delta,
First, Air Canada, yeah, Air Canada 771, contact tower
yeah.
187.
Delta, Echo,
Air Canada 1134,
Hotel.
contact tower 187.
and we're cleared across both runways. Okay,
United 007.
clear on the left side, clear on the right side.
Clear for the KISS 4 departure. Requesting push and start.
Okay, United 007, do not redact your entire PDC. Your identifier is a 4-digit alphanumeric code at the
And
very end
QNH
of your
2996.
PDC before your route. It'll say contact clearance with identifier,
Okay, so
and then your
Delta Papa
identifier is right after
is
that.
on the left side there, that's where we're getting at.
Sorry, it's showing 8, I think that's 841 Quebec, United 007.
United 007, readback is correct, hold position.
Okay, so to the right hand side now.
Air Canada 1352, right turn
Left
Alpha
side is
Lima,
clear.
taxi, lane 8
Right
to
side
any
is
gate.
clear.
Right turn Alpha Lima, lane 8 to any gate. Air Canada 1352, thanks.
Jet Blue 223, contact tower 118.7.
1870, chop.
Okay, we're in Delta now. Next up we're going to turn right at Echo, and that is behind runway 15 left. And he did clear us to cross that. So, read back.
American
Clear to cross.
Papa, readback is correct, call for push.
By the way, can we dim those displays a little? Yeah, this is a bit better. Okay, so left side is clear and right side is clear.
Ground Canada 1372 with PDC 276 Bravo ready for push and start.
That's how you do this. That guy's got it right.
1372, readback is correct. Push and start approved, tail south.
Push and start approved, tail south, Canada 1372.
Okay, so this is Echo, where we are going to turn right.
American G1 Papa, evacuate from there.
Sir, American 2 on Papa, say again.
Do you have a QNH for me?
Roger.
If he just said request QNH as per correct phraseology, then ATC would probably also have given him the QNH. Okay, so let's just see. Yes, we can dim these a little bit more.
Air Canada 111, contact
Which I'm actually going to do.
Tower on 18.7 for Air Canada 111. Thanks for the ATC. Have a great day.
Provided that
Bye-bye.
I can...
American 2 on Papa is the QNH.
American 2 on Papa, altimeter 2996.
Alright. So we're going to the end and then to the left-hand side. So I'd say, to review the takeoff briefing, it's going to be a left seat takeoff on runway 5, flaps 5, noise abatement procedure 2, and the takeoff speeds today are going to be 154, 157, 164, and the sit is a straight out slight left-hand turn onto heading 047, climbing
American
altitude
2 on
5000,
Papa,
and
pushing
contact
cars
departure when
approved
advised by the
till
tower, and departure
Tower.
itself is going to be Toronto Center. Apart from that, emergency straight at 25 miles, climbing 4,000. We got a temperature corrected MSA of 3,500 feet today. And an immediate return is possible onto runway 5 or runway 06 left, I think is the long one. We'll stick to 05 if we're taking off on there. And that is going to be without the need for any overweight landing procedures and stuff. We're not really overweight anyway today. Okay, that's pretty much it. Questions? No? Alright. So, before takeoff checklist? Before takeoff checklist complete. So, straight ahead and then left over there. Is that right? Yeah. Echo Golf Hotel. And that's Golf coming up over there. Note to myself, the aircraft will... Oh, actually it's a little bit further. Okay. Yeah, over there. Okay, second taxiway
American
left.
2 on Papa, you sure you want us to face our out to the southwest? Because that's making us face towards the wall.
No, that's where your tail is supposed to go.
American 2-1 Papa. Your tail is southwest. It will be facing the terminal.
Okay, right side is clear, left
the
side
reason
is
why we
clear.
don't have you tail northeast is in real life, if that happened, it would damage the windows of the terminal.
Okay, so hotel over there. Golf, hotel. So, Golf is coming up next. And we're clear on the left side. Okay, and now it's just going straight all the way down the runway to the full length. Complicated airport to taxi. Then again, if you just take it slow and ensure yourself where you want to go before you actually start going somewhere, then it's easy.
Toronto, low, Livery, Echo, altimeter 2996, clearance to Schiphol as well.
Lufthansa 4-3 Romeo Lima, expect VT.
Another interesting typical phraseology mistake, by the way, request clearance as filed. No, you don't request clearance as filed, you request clearance. Whether that's as filed or something completely different is up to air traffic control and not to you.
Can you please amend my cruising flight level to 390?
Lufthansa 4-3 Romeo Lima, expect 300, okay, fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so approaching runway 15 right, we are cleared across. Strobe light on. And the left side is clear, the right side is clear. So now I'm interested.
Toronto ground.
They didn't tell us the departure
550.
frequency anywhere. I don't know if they do any fancy cross-coupling here with the center controller only. But I suppose they're probably going to tell us the actual frequency anyway. Because in the real world, in Canada, they always tell you contact departure on frequency. Blah, blah. They don't do it like in the US where they just tell you contact departure.
Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway, 15 left, 15 right, sorry.
Okay then, are you ready for departure? I guess no answer is a yes, so down there is the holding point, and then we're good to go. And I suppose now that we're past the last taxiway on the way down there, they are eventually going to give us the handover as well. At least we can't run into anything now. Have that in dark, thank you. Alright, so we're clear the hotel, that is the very full length. Right next to the Pearson VOR, which should be somewhere right there behind that runway. Can we see it anywhere? No, not really.
Canada 1372, I'm already to taxi.
Canada 1372, runway 05, altimeter 29906, taxi via Tango, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 15 left and 15 right.
So, tower will be on 18.7.
Echo, Golf, and Hotel, runway 05, cross runway 15 left and 15 right, Canada 1372.
Lufthansa 471, contact tower 118.7.
118.7, Lufthansa 471. Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 471 Heavy, ready for departure.
Lufthansa 471 Heavy, once you're airborne, you can monitor Yoke, Toronto winds 11007, clear for takeoff, runway 05.
When airborne 122.8, runway 5, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 471. Alright, that's a way to do this. Too bad that Toronto is going offline, but okay. Good. So, the checklists are all complete. Are you ready? I guess that means yes. No, I don't like that hot. So we'll do without. So, that's definitely runway 5 over there.
Toronto, good day.
Takeoff.
FedEx 15, turning final 05. FedEx 215, Toronto Tower, good day. Continue approach number 1. Number 1, FedEx 215.
Toronto Tower, good afternoon. United 1874 with you.
Cross
LS
that.
6 right.
United 1874, Toronto Tower, good day. Winds 11007, clear
18
runway
knots.
06 right.
Go
Check.
06 right, 9874.
FedEx 215 Heavy, number 1 behind a departing Lufthansa A3, 787. Toronto winds 11007, clear climb runway 05. Clear to land
Rotate.
05 behind departing airport aircraft, FedEx 15 Heavy.
Positive climb. Gear up. So that's 1,000 feet. Left turn, 047. Alright, over to Honeycomb. No conflicting traffic, then I'm not gonna do any nonsense announcements here. So, flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1. Disregard that, that's a known bug. And then we can make a right-hand turn here. Basically towards Alcott, heading 120. and flaps up. Speed checked, flaps up. And we got flaps up and lights, and the ice is an auto, and after takeoff checklist. No, not the before takeoff checklist, the other one. Okay, I'll tell you what. Autopilot, let's continue that climb. Set, 9,000 checked, and then just go down here real quick. Checklist override, and next normal checklist. Here we go, after takeoff checklist complete. Oh, beautiful. Cutting through the clouds already. Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that, man. Really awesome visuals here. Really awesome visuals here. Alright, let's just go back inside and continue that climb, say to 1,400, and then we can proceed direct to Puton. LNAV available, LNAV. Alright, so let's ask the important question. Estimated time of arrival 06:33, and that's with 9.1 tons of fuel on board. We need 4.5, so we have the 45 minutes extra that we were looking for, and we are arriving on time. The schedule is, I think, 6:40-ish? 6:55. Yeah, beautiful. 20 minutes ahead of schedule with the full transition. What else could we be asking for? Now look at this fantastic night lighting down there with the clouds and the last couple of lights. That's awesome. Really awesome. Okay, so 368 is optimum, 370 is filed. I guess that makes the decision quite easy. And then we're going through 10,000. And fasten belts are released. Okay then, I'd say that's everything I can offer you for the time being, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And then I'll get back to you when we start the approach into Frankfurt in what's hopefully going to be a beautiful sunrise. everyone, we are approaching Frankfurt, and well, the weather is quite a bit worse than I originally anticipated. Unfortunately, all the ATC went offline already, so we just gotta vector ourselves in over here. So let's go to heading select here and continue on the present heading, descending to flight level 70, and then we got to start setting ourselves up for that approach ourselves here. Now, you can see what the weather looks like, and I can tell you when you look at the data, it actually looks even worse. So let's just go ahead and cancel that stuff here. Review weather, and that's got to be this one over here. So Frankfurt 090 at 6, 2,200 meters visibility in snow, broken clouds 400, temperature 0, temporary light snow. Our alternates aren't looking any better, and in the meantime let's start slowing down over here. So our alternates aren't looking any better. You can see Hahn is light snow, Stuttgart light showers of snow, and Düsseldorf also light snow, pretty much all of them. We've also used quite a bit more fuel than we had anticipated, so we are arriving with 6.7 now, with a minimum of 4.5, giving us about 20 minutes extra fuel. Now the airport is not closed, so we can actually fly this. That's one of the good things in Lufthansa operation. They do have a constant flight operations monitoring implemented, and therefore we... Why are any flaps extending here? Hello? No flaps. Thank you. Here we go. So, passing 10,000, let's go ahead, turn on those lights, logo light inclusive, and seatbelts are on anyway. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Okay, so let's do a very quick approach briefing here, and then we are going to talk about what we are going to do for the approach, or rather for any possible diversion scenario. In the meantime, let's go down to 4,000 over here. So it's a radar vectored ILS approach, runway 07 right, and the approach has an MSA temperature corrected for 4,600 feet. We are approaching with a minimum of 530, and the go around is a double right-hand turn, climbing 5,000 feet, which is above the corrected MSA. And talk about corrections, the minimum's got to become 550 over here due to temperature correction. Extra fuel, 20 minutes. Now for the arrival, we are looking at the ILS approach, runway 07 right, as briefed. Runway 07 right, flight director guided, flaps 30 and auto brakes 3, maximum reverse to vacate the runway to the left-hand side. Hotspots for taxiing, well, stop margin about 1,000 meters. Hotspots for taxiing, well, crossing of runway 07 center, and I have nothing, well, nothing special, nothing non-standard here, and nothing for the threats, but certainly Honeycomb traffic is something that we gotta keep in mind while flying this approach. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Any questions? No? Lovely, then let's do the checklist. So, descent checklist, recall checked, auto brake 3, landing data, VRF 3143, minimum spiral 550, and approach briefing completed, descent checklist complete, approach checklist, altimeters, QNH 1001, approach checklist completed. Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 471 Heavy is looking for an aircraft approximately 6,000 feet directly north abeam the airport on a downwind.
Hello, morning.
That's this guy over here, because we are heading directly towards him. So my intention is kind of to descend below him there. So let's go vertical speed 1,000 down here, so that we can pass below him, I hope.
And the Lufthansa correct, you will direct on 600 170, clear of 180.
Okay, let's just put Delta Fox 660 on top already. Like that, our flight plan is cleaned up. The question is just, what is this guy doing? So I'm hoping that by descending to 4,000, we're just going to pass beneath him. I'm going to keep the airplane fast, and once we are past him, we will rapidly start slowing down to get in directly. I just hope that he is not going to turn base exactly abeam the waypoint here.
Lufthansa 471 für Lufthansa 201 Alpha.
Lufthansa 201 Alpha von der 471, go ahead.
Wie ist denn dein Anflugplan?
Straight in the base, maintaining 4000.
Auf die left oder auf die right?
Auf die right.
Alles klar, ich reduziere mal auf so 220, dass du Number 1 bist.
Wo bist denn du?
Ich bin gerade im Downwind, die sind auf 5000. Circa 20 Schiffer Delta Fox 411.
Ah, perfekt, dann bist du der Kollege, den ich gerade eben versucht hatte zu erreichen. Ja, super. Ich fliege unter dir durch.
Alles klar.
Alright, well, didn't intend to make this German, but yeah, now it's settled with him that we are flying underneath him and
Ja, hallo David.
then straight in.
Ja, hallo.
Alright. Okay, perfect. So we'll just cross underneath him and that's it. He's 1,000 above us. We are rather low over here. MSA is 4,300, we're in 4,000. Did I just hear a pull-up alert somewhere?
No, it's to the right.
Okay, where's that guy coming from? Frankfurt, Lufthansa 471, we are 7 miles from Delta Fox 660 for the ILS 07 right.
Frankfurt traffic, Egypt Air 555, crossing runway 07. Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa cargo 190, at the moment 50 miles away from here, positive at height.
Okay, that one was too far out, judging by the audio quality, but that one here is my concern. And I got absolutely no idea where that guy is going to, but it seems like he's on 07 left.
Traffic Ocean 156, continue access GS set.
So in that case we should be fine continuing like this. Provided he's... Yeah, now he starts descending. Oh, I hate it, but okay, we can already descend a little bit further as well. Let's go to 3,000 for the intercept.
Frankfurt traffic, stop Portugal, push and start Alpha 22.
So now that, just that we now really need to pull the speed brakes here. Okay, flaps 1.
Lufthansa 1 Uniform holding short November 5, taxiing Arco 1 behind outbound traffic.
In 3,000 we should be safe from that guy. Normally they don't really do that in the real world, but...
Taxiing November 7, and then we're doing November down to runway 18 to Frankfurt.
Train noted. Yeah, speed brake extended is copied. Let's get that thing in. Flaps 5. Okay, and final turn, heading 100, cleared ILS 07 right. Frankfurt, Lufthansa 471 heavy in 3,000 feet, joining a 13 miles final 07 right. And of course the other guy ends up directly ahead of us, but he never called on Honeycomb.
Frankfurt traffic, German correction, Lufthansa cargo 630, departing runway 07 center.
Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 201 Alpha, turning base 07 left.
Ocean 156,
Okay.
apologies, I should have given you away. Oh, no worries.
Okay, that seems to work.
Whiskey Juliet lining up runway 18.
Just that guy in front of us. I mean, he's 1,000 above, so it is safe, but he seems to be on 07 left, so he should have intercepted in 5,000 anyway. Oh well. In the meantime, looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Frankfurt traffic, crossing November 5, to the airport.
That really looks fantastic. Alright, I can't make the other guy out. But well. Why is he so incredibly low? Where is he going to? Can we see him somewhere?
From
Because now he is getting a threat.
87, taxi total point runway 07 center, Lima 17, via Lima and Lima 17.
But I can't make him out at all. Nowhere to be seen. Oh, there he is!
Final runway 07 left, 18 miles.
Okay, no comment on that. He did a very interesting intercept. Okay, glide slope capture. Go around altitude 5000 set. The entire go around area is covered.
1318 leaving the terminal area.
But that published missed approach seems to sound rather okay. Alright, get down. Flaps 20.
The inbound traffic on November 5. What is your gate?
Our gate just on the left.
Flaps 30.
Thank you.
Speed checked. Flaps 30. Landing checklist? Interesting. Shouldn't show complete until the flaps are actually out, but okay. And landing checklist complete.
Frankfurt traffic, Speedbird 910, we are in final 07 left.
Yeah, that's gotta be him. Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 471 heavy, 4 miles final, 07 right.
And Frankfurt traffic,
Center airborne.
Portugal, Portugal, 630 taxi, runway 18.
That
Frankfurt
Portuguese
traffic.
sounds real. Checked. Alright, then let's disconnect and have a little bit of fun. All manual. And I think I remember a bug where we actually have to turn the arm switches off, otherwise the engines might go in a toga. Okay, approach lights are inside.
Lufthansa 1 uniform, behind company traffic from the right, joining November, taxiing Alpha 1 by November 5.
Man, that is some weather over here.
Thank you.
Not exactly what the forecast suggested, but I'm not gonna complain. This is the fun stuff. Checked. Glide slope is checked. Continue.
Ocean 4 Whiskey Julia taking off runway 18 and exit to Lima departure.
Alright.
From traffic Lufthansa 1917 line up and taking
brake
off runway
up.
07
Thrust
center,
goes
Lima
normal.
16 echo.
Manual brakes. And 60 knots. Wow, that's what I call weather. That's what I call weather. Might actually go a little bit slower right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean it up. Can't see a lot, huh? Those 2,200 meters visibility are real, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. And radar is coming off as well.
From traffic Lufthansa 1987, rejecting takeoff.
Frankfurt traffic, Rhino 1234, gate A30, chin back, tail to the left, nose to the right, Frankfurt traffic.
Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 20 Alpha, short flight 07 left.
Alright, in the real world they don't usually do runway crossings at Mach 14, but I'm a lazy guy, so I am going to do it here. Remember, I didn't call this a real ops.
Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa cargo 100 kilo, 6 mile final 07 right.
So now the question, the guy who rejected the takeoff, where is he? Well, definitely cannot see him off to the right. But I can't see... oh yeah, I think I saw a beacon over there. Anyone on 07 center?
Not anymore, it's vacated.
Lufthansa 471, crossing runway 07 center. With this visibility, I'm not trusting what I see, I am asking.
Ocean 156, yes, complete, taxi to runway 18 via Lima.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to the Bravo gates over there. Let's see if we can get ourselves some handling. Actually, not to the Bravo, but to the Alpha gates over there. And that's gonna be... actually, am I talking nonsense right now? Over here is Alpha 25, isn't it? 25, 23...
Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 20 Alpha, runway 07 left, vacated.
Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 1987,
Yep, it
second
is.
to
Alpha
stand, Victor 164 to check out our
and
engine
handling
problem.
by report. Okay, so Alpha 25 is the first gate on the apron area. Now, taxiways are clear. Start APU. And then it's going to be the first gate on the left-hand side over here.
Power traffic Ocean 156, turning onto November via November.
So especially in these weather conditions, I am taxiing her slowly, because you never know how slippery it may be on the taxiways. The left-hand side is clear there, the right-hand side is also clear. And here's Alpha 25, lights off. Quite incredible how much of an oversteering you need with this airplane, isn't it?
On to November Blue Line. Frankfurt traffic.
Okay, so B789 is on the guidance system. And of course someone connects at this moment. That's gotta be troll, huh? Okay, disconnecting from VATSIM. And stop, here we are. So, APU is running, park and brake is set, shutdown 1, shutdown 2. Alright. So, bacon is going off, transponder standby, and squawk 2000. And here we go, shutdown checklist please. Park and brake is set, shutdown checklist complete. Well my friends, that was a very interesting arrival and lovely to depart with ATC as well. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this flight as much as I did. I surely had a blast at this once again, even with the interesting traffic on arrival, let's just call it that way, and all the Honeycomb tidbits that we had. It was still quite a bit of fun to fly this. Oop. Alright, 6.8 tons on arrival. That means we had our 20 minutes that we were looking for, and overall a beautiful flight. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this one as well. Leave your comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.